Today I'm doing something a little bit different. It's a combination of reacting to my old videos, but seeing how the Rocket League trading market has changed over time. I've made plenty of videos on trading, I've done nothing to something, I've done probably like 100 blind trading videos at this point, but I also made a video back in 2016 called The Ultimate Rocket League Trading Guide / Method, and then it says best tips and tricks to get whatever you want. And that sounds pretty good to me. So I'm going to combine reacting to what is one of my oldest Rocket League videos, but also how the Rocket League market has changed, if it's changed, and we can just get a little bit nostalgic. I thought it'd be a cool idea to go back and have a look at this, see what's changed, and see what I can learn from myself and what I could say perhaps isn't the way to do things anymore. So drop a like, subscribe down below. We're very, very close to 920,000 subscribers, at which point I will be giving away 10,000 credits to one of you lovely people. It's free to subscribe, and we are well on the road to 1 million. Oh my goodness, 1 million. If you told that to the guy who made this video, when I posted this video, I had less than 2,000 subscribers. So these are the levels we're talking here. I don't know if this video is going to be any good because I don't know what's in this trading guide video. So we're kind of reacting to it together. Oh, I must have just hit 2,000 subscribers. A 2,000 subscriber crate opening and giveaway is going up on the channel tomorrow. Oh my days. This really helped. Oh, this is so sick. Here we go.
Hey guys and girls, this is Pixel and today...
Wow. Okay, so first of all, the energy's a little bit different. I sound kind of the same, but I think because I'm not on camera, I don't have a face cam, I'm not presenting in a way. I'm more just kind of on the mic and making sure I don't mess up and say things in a weird way. Because I've had a lot of people tell me on Twitch, they say, how on earth do you speak so much so quickly without messing up or stumbling over your words and everything like that? Because whenever I record a video on Twitch, I do my intro, my outro, all of that in one take. And everyone, every single time is like, how the heck do you do that? Everyone starts from somewhere. I wasn't always as good at talking into the microphone or at the camera. And I guess it's just evolved over time. And this is a pretty key example of that. But anyway, let's see what I say and see what the gameplay is saying as well. This will be on PS4 too, so let's have a look.
I've got a video that quite a few of you have asked me for. It's actually a trading tips video. So in this...
And as you can see, we've got the Octane with... Is that a heat wave? I can't even tell. But the one thing I can see, the Crimson at the time lightning wheels that I got in a recent video.
I'm going to go through everything you need to know to become good at trading and to get the items that you want. Because I know for a fact by this point I hadn't pulled that heat wave. The Robo Visor, that was a classic look for me back in 2016 and going into 2017, I think. But the heat wave, I didn't get that in a crate until February 2017. So a good 3 months after this video was made. So I definitely traded my way to this. Maybe I'll explain how I do it in this video. This is the most replayed section. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I see prices there. Oh, let's have a look. In Rocket League. This method can be applied to both PC and console players, so I advise you listen up because I'm sure you'll learn something. I won't lie to you.
In fairness, I think I got faked in defense there. We'll just move along.
The best way to get the best items as quick as possible is quite simply to just buy the keys and then wait a week and trade the keys for anything that you want.
Unfortunately, I'm right. And I'm still right. Everyone always asks me, how on earth are you so rich in Rocket League? How do you get all your items? Let's not pretend like I went from absolute zero, put no money into the game, and made my way up to the inventory that I have now. Make it like putting no money into it. If you put money into the game, you can get any item you want immediately. Obviously, I know trading is typically for those that don't have that money in or have a very small amount and want to work their way up. But the actual best way is, of course, to just throw a load of money at it. That's kind of the best way to deal with a lot of things in life. I would say most things, other than family, relationships, and all that, which is quite a superficial thing to say because they probably need a bit more than just throwing cash at it to really thrive. But most things in life, chuck money at it and you're probably going to get the best result.
But I know that a lot of you either aren't able to spend that much on keys or don't want to spend that much on keys.
So far, I'm going to try and not pause it so much, but this is a reaction video. Pretty much the same at the moment, so let's see.
So here are some alternatives. Firstly, just play the game a lot. If you want to get the best items, it's a patience game because you know when you play Rocket League, things are dropped after games, whether that's a crate,
oh, I just missed an open net,
or a rare topper, or anything like that. Items are worth...
That still hasn't changed. And to be fair, the tip as well, patience, is still kind of the name of the game, especially even more so at this point. I would echo that sentiment and perhaps double down on that at this point because there are now events, there's been challenges in the past where you can get actual credits, 100 credits per challenge. Back then, you could not get keys in any other way except from buying them. Now, you can get drops with items in for free and credits when the challenges do come out, when events happen. So definitely, if you play the game for a few years and put no money into it, you will build up enough credits to get something. So I'm right. I'm more right than I realized.
Worth what the buyer is willing to pay for it, not what a web page says they're worth.
Absolutely savage from me. Ignore price guides because people will pay a premium if they want it. That kind of has changed. Whilst it's still technically correct, no one wants to pay a premium anymore because they're all in the know and they could get it cheaper elsewhere. So that is something. Back then, items were so much rarer that there were some things that people would pay a premium for, but now everyone can find anything at a cheap quick sell price. So pretty much everyone is sticking to the price guide, and most people don't pay premiums anymore. And that was a big way to get from nothing to something. Finding someone who had a specific need, you could fulfill that need. Now they can have their needs met wherever they go, and usually at a cheaper price than a premium. So unfortunately, that's kind of outdated.
Swapped items add up. You can either trade them in or just trade them around with some people for maybe 1 key or a crate. And if you get
1 key, oh, the days when you could trade 1 rare item for what is now 100 credits. Now it just doesn't happen.
some crates, trade that for maybe an import item, and then from there you can trade up.
And again, an import item, back then that was worth something. That was actually good. I'm not talking the painted octanes and the good imports now. I mean, just being an import rarity, that made the item good. Nowadays, not the case.
Bought a couple of keys, you maybe had a lucky crate and got an exotic or an import, or you
lucky crate and got an exotic or an import.
You've taken the long way, you've traded up some crates or traded up some items to get a slightly better item. How do you go from this one item to getting plenty more and eventually almost an infinite amount of items that you want?
This is the key point, I feel.
This is where trading comes in and where it is so useful to have connections. Now, I will leave in the description a link to a pricing guide for Rocket League, but bear in mind...
Price guide for Rocket League in the description. Is that still active? So more price guide... Steam community shared files. You know what? Even though it's myself putting the link in the description, I don't trust it anymore.
I don't think this is correct. Like I said earlier, an item is worth however much a buyer is willing to pay for it, not the price the seller puts on it.
Not
so
anymore.
If you can find someone who will buy something for a lot more than someone else...
I mean, technically it is true, but like I said, there won't be buyers willing to pay more than the price it is. So they technically are still worth what buyers are willing to pay for it. They're just not willing to pay for it anymore.
Or what the pricing guide suggests, then that instantly increases the value of that item for the buyer. So with that being said, I would say not to use a pricing guide to determine how much an item is worth, just how much an item is worth compared to another item in general. For instance,
I would say that, yeah, okay, I'm going to go over it. Let's watch.
It says that a Dominus GT is 2.5 to 3 keys, and a Breakout Type S is 3 to 4 keys, suggesting
Breakout Type S, 3 to 400 credits.
That the Breakout Type S is more valuable than the GT. As far as I'm concerned, that's all the information you need, because someone still might trade their Type S for a Dominus GT if they really want it. You just know that in general, the Type S is slightly more valuable, and that's all you need to know. My main tip for trading, and something that I've learned, and it really is genuinely helpful, I've gotten quite a lot of extra stuff over time built up because of this, that is to never accept anyone's first offer, because
this one has also slightly changed. Back then in 2016, a lot of people were trading individual items that they may have got just for maybe a little bit of profit, or they just wanted to get rid of it, get something else, personal preference, that sort of thing. Now, I want to say at least 90% of people on the trading market, you can see that if you go over to the Rocket League Trading Garage, most people are there to make profit. They're trying to undercut the other person, quick selling, trying to make profit that way. And a lot of people are more firm on their offers, and you won't get them to change their mind. Back then, I guess you could call it naivety. You could convince people to change their offer if you played hardball, but now people have their price and their offer, and if you don't pay it, they'll go elsewhere. It's like proper like modern corporations and stuff like that. It's literally like that. You can't buy local anymore because there's some big bulk trader that's doing it cheaper. It's how economics works, and Rocket League basically went the same way.
Going in for an offer that they are happy to pay. Chances are you can bump anybody's offer up to more things because you have what they want. So you need...
That's the difference. Nowadays, they don't want the item that they're saying they want. They just want anything at a certain price that they believe they can better. So if you say, well, I'm not doing it for that price, I'm only doing it for this one, they'll be like, all right, see you later. So that's a tough one, because if they did genuinely want your specific item, I would say it still stands. You can definitely get them to bump up the price. But it's not the specific item they want. It's just an item that they believe they can flip.
You need to make sure that you use your supplier power to put the price to something you want. Don't accept anything less than what you deserve. So if someone makes you an offer and they say that it's a good offer because that's what this site says it's valued at, say you don't care. Say you don't want it for that. You put your own offer out and either accept it or walk away, because that way you can ensure that you get your good value for money. And
this is the problem. This is the real way, and still is, to go from nothing to something. But more often than not, that walk away option will be the one you take. And that is the problem, is that once you do that over and over again, it takes way too long to build an inventory. It really does. It takes forever. You got to find these diamonds in the rough, but that's so hard when everyone's just trying to get a quick sell.
That is how you build your way up. This is where you really need to bide your time with trading. As some of you know, I got red lightning wheels recently in a video.
Yes.
And I've had some really good offers, but the more I wait,
I remember filming this bit. Let's have a listen to the offers I had, because a lot of people, when I posted the short of me getting those wheels, asked me how much it was actually worth.
Better offers that come in. When I first got them, I got offered 20 keys. I could have
20 keys, 2,000 credits.
Easily accepted that. Now someone has offered me 4 heat waves. Someone else has offered me
4 heat waves?
60 keys.
60 keys, 6,000 credits. 4 heat waves at one point would have equaled 160 keys. So 16,000 credits.
If I accepted that first offer, I would have missed out on a lot. So please be patient. This brings me on to my next part.
It's true.
What is the best way to find trades? Well, I have a couple more websites for you that are incredibly useful and have really helped me out for helping you trade. As well as these websites, which we'll go into in just a minute, if you're on PS4 or Steam or anything like that, you can join a community. I'll go
Okay, we can skip over this bit. If you don't know, I was once the owner of the biggest trading community in Rocket League. So PS4, the communities, I don't know if they still do it. I don't know if they do it on PS5, but I know for a fact my one got deleted for whatever reason. But the most amount of people you could have in there at one time was 100,000 in any community on PlayStation. And we maxed that out. I called it the Rocket League Trading Black Market. I thought that was very cool. And that had 100,000 members in it. And there was a trade offer on there. People looking for items every second of every hour of every day. There were more messages on there than I get in my comment section, more messages than I get anywhere else, and it was 24/7. I remember one time in 2019 I loaded up my old PS4, just joined a random voice chat of one of the trading sessions in there, and these guys were like, hang on a minute, this guy owns the server or whatever it was, and it was just crazy, genuinely mental. And then I went to check another time, I think it was early 2020, and it had been deleted, and someone had confirmed that my massive community had been deleted. So there is that.
My 2 recommended trading pages are the Rocket League Exchange Reddit page and the
Rocket League Exchange Reddit
the Rocket League trading website.
Rocket League trading website. This is still the one I use to this day, and it looks more or less the same. The search filters are pretty much the same, a little bit more fleshed out.
As always in this video, I will leave the links in the description, but I really do recommend the Rocket League trading one because the filtering system is very good and it
the filtering system
makes it very easy to find what you want, and it has the newest offers at the top so you can find the most active people to trade with them as quick as possible. But remember what I said about biding your time. Don't rush into a trade until
I would still do that. You'll see in my trading videos, actually, I go onto the Rocket League Trading Garage, and it's very rare that the latest trade offer I see is the best one. I scroll down, get a gauge of the price range, then you can immediately find a better deal. Even in this day and age, you can find a few hundred credits cheaper here and there.
But this can easily be stopped if you run into scammers. Now, I myself have been a victim of a scam before.
And even after this video, the scams got more and more, I would say, sophisticated. I'd been scammed a few more times after this. I think the last time I ever got scammed was, it's been 2 years since I last got scammed. I was about to do a massive 400,000 subscriber giveaway, and I got scammed. Basically, I went to click a link that I was led to believe, it was dumb of me to click the link, and now I don't click links, as you saw earlier in the video. I was led to believe it was a price guide. It wasn't. It was not a price guide. And then you log in, you put your info in, and they take it, and you lose everything. Very dumb from me. I fell for a few scams back in the day, and all it does is prepare you for the future. Basically, don't click on links. If anyone's trying to redirect you to an external website, even if on the off chance it might be legit, just don't do it. Better safe than sorry, because scamming can ruin everything. I still get comments to this day of people saying they got scammed, and there's nothing I can do to help them. There's nothing that could have been done to help me when I got scammed. It's kind of difficult because, what can you do? Let's see what I said.
So I cannot stress this enough. It's so easily avoided. Do not get scammed. As far as I know, there is no such thing as the duplication glitch. So when a scammer tells...
Yeah, back in the day, a lot of people... I mean, people would, even to this day, fall for it if you say, hey, I can duplicate your stuff. And I think I made a video testing this out. I had such a big inventory, and the item pool was so much smaller, I could more or less guarantee that I had any item that anyone wanted to duplicate. And someone came to me, and they were like, can you duplicate this? and it was a titanium white merc. And I just so happened to have a titanium white merc. So I said, yeah, sure, give it to me. He gave me the titanium white merc. I then put my titanium white merc back in with it, gave him 2 back. And he was like, wow, that was sick. And once you do it one time, they think you can do it. And then he gave me a bunch of stuff. And then obviously I gave him all of his stuff back and said, look, you know, you can't actually do that. I just was able to because, you know, the odds are I would have an item that would match what you're wanting to duplicate. So, for example, if you think about it, if someone has a duplicate, say, Dueling Dragons, you want it duplicated and you put it in and they duplicate it, they just give you one of theirs. You think, wow, this guy can do anything. You then give them your white octane thinking you're going to get loads. They could then take the white octane and, it, you know, you basically traded it for a Dueling Dragon. So there is no duplication glitch. It was easier to do back then, and I made a video basically showcasing how it could be done so that you could avoid it, and you just got to try your best. It's basically, the rule is, I might say in this video, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and I would stick by that.
Possible if you just turn off your internet or test your network connection or anything like that, just don't do it, because by duplicating your things, yes, you get more, but you don't lose out if you don't do it. The other scammer I'm sure you will have seen, because I almost fell for it in my early trading days. Someone tried to trade my heatwave for their red lightning. They then added a load of other rubbish items and took away the red lightning. Fortunately,
it was that simple. It used to be that simple back in the day. You'd have a 1-to-1 trade. They'd be like, you know what, let me chuck in some junk. Chuck in all the junk. It would make the trade window massive with items. They take the one you want away and just trade it.
What you have to do is just scroll up to the top row of the items to see if they're...
See, now you don't even have to do that because Rocket League made the good update of showing all the items at once.
But don't give them the 40 crates until they lay down a deposit. So say you want their red lightning wheels.
Lay down a deposit. Back then, they had a real limit on the amount of keys and items you could trade. So if there were items worth more than you could fit in the trade window, which was something like 5,000 credits worth of keys, so even to this day, that would be not a lot. You'd have to do stuff like hire a middleman. I put deposits down for items. I gave them a safety. Mental. They've definitely made it better in that regard.
There is no reason why you can't trade your way up to mystery decals in the same way that I have, by trading up to mystery decals, by getting good stuff in crates, and eventually getting the red lightning wheel. So if you did enjoy this Rocket League...
I love the way that I sort of made it sound like essentially I got my way up to red lightning wheels through trading, when in actual fact, I got it through a lucky crate. I mean, to be fair, I did trade my way up to a few crates, I guess, and then traded a black market 4 crates that led to the red lightning wheels. So with a bit of luck, I definitely got there.
That just about does it from me. I'm sure there'll be a crate opening very soon, and I will see you in the next video.
There we go. Not a bad video. You might hate this video, but for me, it was a nice trip down memory lane. It was interesting to see what my gameplay was like, the state of trading, the prices of everything. I would say the core principles of trading haven't really changed, but the application of them kind of has because of the way the Rocket League trading landscape is. But nevertheless, I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed going back and having a look at one of my old videos and having a reaction with you guys and talking about trading just a little bit more, because it's been a while. I've done a lot of trading videos, but I haven't spoken about it. So yeah, take what you can from that video. I thought it was pretty good. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe down below to join the Pixel Army. From 2,000 to 1 million, here we go. And I'll see you in the next video very soon.